How's it going, Bruins fans? Welcome back into another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast on Sports Illustrated from the Fans First Sports Network. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. You can follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Today we're talking football, and we're looking at just the upcoming season for this team and what is going to deem this year a productive season, a successful season. Obviously, winning a national championship, yeah, that's the goal every single year for every team, right? But looking back at what the Bruins did last year at 5-7, they had a ton of talent. It was their first losing year in the last 4 seasons. They actually strung together 4 losing seasons in a row from 2016 to 2019. Got back on the right track with 8-9 wins per year up until the 2024 year where, you Chip Kelly out, Deshaun Foster in. It's going to be a little bit of a growing pain there. And UCLA not making a bowl game for the first time in a couple of years, going 5-7. Just really some poor ball games being played in the middle of the season. They had a tough schedule early. They had to play Oregon. They had to play Penn State. They had to play Indiana when they were hot. They had to play LSU as well. So going 5-7 this year, that's not going to happen. This team is at least a 6-win team. They're going to go to a bowl game this year. But I think it's kind of disrespectful to the program as a whole if you're going to consider a 6-6 or a 7-5 year a successful season, because this is UCLA we're talking about. This is one of the prime, prolific, illustrious programs in all of college athletics. And what UCLA has been able to do over the last couple of years just has not been up to par to what they expect from their football team. So looking at this schedule, I think you got to break it down simplistically, and I think one way to do it is you look at the teams that you played last year in the Big Ten, your first season, debut year in the new conference. You take those teams that you played last year that you're also going to play this year, and you got to have a much better record. This year, there's 5 teams on the schedule that UCLA played last year. You got Washington, USC. Those are kind of common, obviously, former Pac-12 teams. And then they also played Penn State, who they got on the ticker as well. They got Indiana, and then they also have Nebraska. They were 1-4 against those teams last year, only beating Nebraska on the road in a big upset. Other than that, you get crushed by Indiana, who was really, really good last year. Penn State, obviously, another powerhouse. They went in and beat down on the Bruins, and then obviously tough losses to Washington and USC, 2 very, very winnable games that the Bruins just could not come out on top of. If you look at that 5-game schedule right there, forget all the other games for right now. You go 3-2 in that stretch, possibly 4-1. Maybe you mix in an upset over Penn State, or maybe Penn State's the one loss and you handle your business against all the other teams. Not only does this make you known as a Big Ten team, you're able to kind of handle this conference and play in it, but it's also going to give you at least an 8-win season. Because you look at some of these other games, yeah, you got New Mexico, you got Utah beginning of the year. There's some games you should win that, UCLA is going to be better than early in the year in the non-conference. But if you can take care of some of these even-leveled Big Ten teams, you're making strides not only as a program under Deshaun Foster, but also as a program as a whole inside the Big Ten. So when I'm looking at that 5-game schedule right there, I'm not making any predictions right now. I've already done that a few times, but you go 3-2, 4-1, I guarantee this team comes out with at least an 8-4 record, maybe even 9-3. And that is kind of where you can sit. And if UCLA, they get a good bowl game, I think winning a bowl game is kind of required as well for this team. Obviously making one, but winning one too, hoisting a trophy at the end of the year. If they finish 8-4, 9-3, they win a pretty decent bowl game, I'd consider this to be a successful season, because it is so darn hard to be able to take a program under a new head coach that had never coached before, as a head coach, I'm saying, sorry. No disrespect to Deshaun. He's been around the block for quite a while as a coach. But as a head coach, trying to turn a program around and get them to 10 wins or so in about a year or two, I don't know many coaches that'll be able to do that. So I think 8-4, 9-3, win a bowl game, and make some noise in the conference. Maybe pull up that upset over Penn State. That is your money-making spot right there, to sit there at the end of the year, kick back and go, okay, this was a year moving in the right direction. Because 7-5, 6-6, that ain't it. This team does, they need 8-9 wins a year to continue taking strides forward. And then maybe in a couple years, 8 or 9 wins isn't good enough, and this team is striving for 10, maybe 11, possibly a college football playoff berth. So I like where this team's at. They got to hold their expectations high this year. Maybe not national title level. You could get to that point with Amaleva and the rest of the squad, but I think you start with that set of teams that you lost to last year, and you exact some revenge in 2025. That's going to do it for us here on the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from the Fans First Sports Network on Sports Illustrated. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. Follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X, and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Thanks so much, everybody. Only a couple days left with you. Really appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow.